So it seems like another week goes by and we're always talking about the CBC. They seem to have this real commitment, Rupa, of making documentaries or programs that are kind of just rooted in hating Canada or really, casting shade on this country. And I want to show you this first story we found, which is just really perfect for this program, and it's totally insane. So it turns out that the CBC is introducing a new variety show on CBC Gem. You have to pay for this one because, of course, the money we pay to the CBC isn't enough. You have to pay about $5 a month to access this show. And when I read it out to you, maybe you'll start to think about other places you could probably put your $5 to that are far better than this, because this is really something. So there's a new program out on the CBC called Lido TV, and it's a variety show, and I just want to read to you the show description, because it really just kind of, I think, shows us all where the CBC is at this current time. So there's a new program, it's called Lido TV, and this is how the CBC describes it. Lido TV is a variety show with a mission to help people cope with life in a world that sometimes feels like it's falling apart. Filled with hilarious sketches, inspiring interviews, immersive documentaries, surreal animations, and puppets. How fun. At the center of it is our host, Lido Pimienta, the award-winning Colombian-Canadian musician, artist, and mother, whose hilarious, curious, and tender personality drives the action. The series tackles themes ranging from feminism and privilege to colonialism and success, and features appearances by Nelly Furtado, musicians Shad and Kitty, writer Sarah Hagee, Nor Black Nor White co-founder Mariga Capadilla, and artists Jess Sachesi and Jessica Kurahanga. So anyway, it's going to be all about feminism, Rupa. It's going to be all about tackling the privileges of colonialism and success. Wow, I'm just really chomping at the bit to get this Lido TV program.
Well, that's not me. I saw a clip, someone shared a clip from the show. I'm not quite sure what to make of this, except that I'm really angry that our tax dollars are are going towards funding this kind of thing. Well, for one thing, the talking tomato totally creeped me out. I thought it was a rock at first, but then it turns out it's a tomato, which talks to you about colonialism and racism and that sort of thing. But none of this should surprise us, really, right? Because this is very much in line with all of the woke nonsense that the CBC has been promoting over the years, and unfortunately these are our tax dollars funding this. I'm a little confused, Harrison, because I thought this was a children's show, but is it a variety show? It's a children's show. It's a children's variety show. I'm not quite sure who this is geared towards, because some people said this is not necessarily geared towards kids. But if this is geared towards kids, obviously this is a form of indoctrination. Look, I think kids should be taught about colonialism, the evils of colonialism. No sensible person is going to deny that colonialism was not good, and it had some bad consequences for the people it colonized. But I think we have to approach this very carefully when it comes to teaching children this sort of thing. I think teaching history has to be balanced, and where I disagree is that we're in this constant state of self-flagellation when it comes to our history, where we're constantly blaming the white colonizer for everything that's gone wrong with society, and that's not a good direction to go in. So by all means, teach children about history and colonialism and racism and so on and so forth, but I don't agree with the approach that the CBC is taking as far as this show is concerned.
No, exactly, and so you're exactly right about this confusion when we first see it, and we're going to play this trailer for you because you really have to see it for yourself. When you first see it, your first instinct surely is, of course, this is a kids show. This is meant for kids, but nowhere in the show description does it say that. It's just on the CBC Gem streaming platform. So we're going to play the trailer for you. You tell us what you think. First of all, if you think this is for kids, okay, this is what you probably think, right? You probably think it is for kids. Apparently it's not. Check out this trailer. This is where your tax dollars are going, guys. This is where it's going. Check this out.
Welcome.
Hey, girl. Happy to be here.
Good for you.
What a beautiful day to talk about colonialism.
Juicy.
How does it feel to be responsible for 9/11?
Ani, Vito.
We are giving your family's land back to the local Anishinaabe people!
Sounds like freedom to me.
Isn't it true that feminists don't like boys? I think we're really gonna need this episode.
I had to be this delicate flower when all I wanted to do was scream.
You didn't give a
Like my wise indigenous grandmother always says.
You're not ugly, you're just poor. You're not ugly, you're just poor.
Where am I?
And Rupa, you bring up the whole point about the fact that our taxpayer dollars are going to this, and really many Canadians shouldn't be happy about this, but it gets even worse, actually, because not only, of course, are our tax dollars going to these CBC programs, which, of course, are kind of rooted in Canada bashing, rooted in painting this country out to be some evil place, but it gets even worse. This production company, Lido TV, get this, they actually received $70,000 of taxpayer money from Factor, which I guess is which is part of the government funding. They got $70,000 to, I guess, help promote these programs. $25,000 of those $70,000 is under the guise of emergency support. So really, the government clearly desperately didn't want this Lido TV program to go under during COVID. So they pump it up with taxpayer money, and then of course on comes the CBC to promote this program, which is clearly rooted in, I guess, Canada bashing.